Hey folks, today is Friday, March, whatever the heck day it is in March 21st. It is 8:28 p.m. and the temperature is about 5 degrees Celsius. And this is the intersection of Bloor and Yonge Street. And that's a look to the west along Bloor into the Yorkville neighborhood. And in this one, I'll be walking east here over to Church Street and we'll head south. And I'll make my way through the Church Wellesley Village, an area sometimes just referred to as the Village, or the Gay Village, or the Gayborhood. And then it'll be south through the Garden District. And at some point, I'll turn west and head back towards Yonge Street. Just missed that person doing a little dumpster diving. There's a look at the new Nike store and Mango that recently moved in. There used to be a Nordstrom rack on the second floor there. And speaking of used to, there used to be a Hudson's Bay department store in there. I did a video earlier in the week through the Bay's flagship store at Queen and Yonge, as they're anticipating closing by June and having a big liquidation sale, although there may be plans to retain a few key locations. News just came out of that today, and there's the W Hotel, which I think is operated by the Marriott Group. And there is an idiot. There's a bike lane right there, but he chooses to ride his e-bike on the sidewalk. Pardon my French, but fuck those people.
The subway wasn't working.
Thought of going to a busy area for nightlife tonight, being the start of spring and all, but it's a bit colder today than it was the past few days, so we'll save that for the coming weeks. I just wanted to get a night walk in. So this is Church Street coming up here. Also, I'm only at 5K steps for the day. For me, getting at least 10,000 in a day is non-negotiable, so this will get me up over that mark as we look at Toronto Grace Healthcare. Perhaps that's the only reason this parking lot hangs on here. Most parking lots like this in the core have been redeveloped. And just north of here, Church Street bends to the west and terminates at Yonge Street. It carries on as Davenport Road on the other side. And it goes south here all the way down to just south of Front Street. And it looks like there must be a film production going on in the area. With all these trailers. There's a catering truck. Events Corporate Film. possible they're just filming in one of these buildings. There's a crowd of people over there, but I don't think they're related to any film crews. Mez Cantina. Yeah, with the wind chill, it is feeling quite cold tonight. I busted out the winter coat. I was hoping I wouldn't need this anymore this year, but I think it was called for tonight. This is at Charles Street East.
Where am I? I know. My first time going in there was years and years.
There's Au Noir, a dine in the dark restaurant. Saturday between 6:15 and 8 p.m. So it's kind of an event. Eat in the dark. You can see their menu there. I think I looked it up one time and it had something like 3.5 stars. As we make our way into the village. I think Church Street here is about 4.5 kilometers in total. I'll probably only get as far south as Queen or King on this one. There's 3 prominent churches located on Church Street. There's the famous St. James Cathedral, which we probably won't catch a glimpse of on this one. That's the southernmost church. There's also St. Michael's Cathedral and the Metropolitan United Church. You can see they've got these rainbow crossings here.
Are you the YouTuber?
I am one of them, yes.
Yeah, you're the Johnny's, right?
That's me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Thailand. I watched your video.
Oh wow, do you want to be on video?
What? It's okay. Yeah, very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
I watch your video like every single day.
Awesome. Well, you can see this one soon. Okay, take care. Just got tracked down by a friendly viewer from Thailand. She asked me if I was the YouTuber. I said I was a YouTuber. We could certainly go for some of the weather they have over there. Although in a few months it'll be much better. This is Gloucester Street. They've still got these snowflake lights up on the light fixtures. There's a Thai bar and grill across the street, Bloor. And Stormcrow Manor on the right. Bit of a nerd's paradise. I think they have board games and that sort of thing. There's Barbara Hall Park across the street, named after a former mayor of Toronto. There's also an AIDS and HIV memorial at the back of that park. There's the 519, that's the Church Street Community Center. I picked a bad time to try to cross the street. There's some interesting art. It's going to go get a little bit closer too. Yeah, but too many cars are coming. We'll cross at the intersection.
Likely used to call that line animated.
Animated.
So this is Church and Wellesley, kind of the main intersection in the village. You can turn right here and pop over to Wellesley subway station. There's some art. Wellesley bus rolling by. So this kind of emerged as the LGBTQ hub in the city in the 70s. There's a rise of gay-owned establishments in the area. Many were over on Yonge Street, if I'm not mistaken, which runs parallel to Church. Ginger across the street. Cocktail bar.
Related to this?
Well, who is the world's best?
Apparently some interesting things go on at that second floor there. I always like the way this British flag looks in the corner of this building here. It's appeared in a few different thumbnails of mine in the past. Oh, there's a Holy Donuts over there. There's bars at 3 of the 4 corners at this intersection. This is Maitland.
Have you called Brittany Reynolds? Was he worried?
Funny name.
This place has good. If you get in, hang on. Phone is ringing.
That place, I think, is called Cruise or Crew and Tango. It's rumored to be getting the boot from their landlord at some point.
Have a good night. Good to see you.
And that is pretty much it for the busy part of the village. This is Alexander Street here. This area was once home to the estate of Alexander Wood, hence the name Alexander Street. The next street to the south of here is Wood Street. He was a merchant and magistrate in Upper Canada. He was allegedly at the center of a sexually related scandal, one that led to the dismantling of a statue in his honor that was right there, I think. Paid for by taxpayer dollars, ripped down by citizens. Although the streets named after him still persist, I think there's a lot of controversy behind that. Like a lot of characters from the past, I'm sure there's a lot of good and bad, but he was generally credited for establishing this area as a gay hub, if I'm not mistaken. There's the hair of the dog. And Maple Leaf Gardens, the former home of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think that's about 95 years old now. It's now home to the Mattamy Athletic Center. This is the Ryerson Rams hockey team, or I guess TMU now, as that university is called, as well as the Toronto Women's Professional Hockey League team. The rink is elevated from where it used to be. There's a supermarket in the main floor and various retail. In the building as well. This is Carlton Street. Home of the 506 Carlton streetcar. And just west of here at Yonge Street is College Station, but we're going to be going south. There's the Aura building at College Park.
And I was working on my mom's taxes 2 days ago.
The next few blocks on Church Street always feels a little bit dead compared to the rest of it. I think the fact that we're going through TMU's campus has something to do with it. Or at least we will be when we get to Gerrard. Shinjan Dokboki. Beyond Fusion Plus. banh mi. I had banh mi boys tonight. There's Kinton Ramen. It's a ramen chain that has lowered their prices in response to the cost of living crisis. Perhaps a move to get good press or to genuinely do what's in the best interest of their customers. Either way, I think it's good to support businesses like that. That corner used to have a Starbucks, where it's now Pizza Maru. That pizza restaurant's been there for quite a while. I think that's a Korean style pizza restaurant. Alright, have light will cross. There's an excellent Thai restaurant just over there called Samtam Jinda. My hands starting to feel borderline frozen. It's not that cold, but with the wind chill, it feels that way. And now we go through the heart of the TMU campus. Garden District, which is where we are. That's everything south of Carlton, north of Queen, west of Sherburne, and east of Yonge. Without any retail here for a few blocks. This really kind of feels like a dead zone. You will be walking by one of the campus pubs here, though.
My parents too, but they'll call me once or twice.
There's an elevated walkway connecting whatever that building is to whatever that building is. Hey, I don't claim to be a tour guide. I think that campus pub is just up here on the right. I have no idea if you have to be a student or not to go there. This is Gould Street. The Met. Not even sure if it's open. Didn't see any signs of life in there, really. Friday night classes, maybe? We're almost at Dundas Street.
Where are we going right now? No. But like.
That's Dundas Square off in the distance. That looks like a pretty lively Dundas Street East. Cross again. Condo going up there. There's a place that's really made a resurgence. Krispy Kreme. They've been popping up all over the place. Mentioned the three churches. I believe that one is St. Michael's. And Henry's is coming up, a well-known camera store, one that used to be located just south of here. There's Henry's. Oh, that cop is making a U-turn. Canada's greatest camera store. Now with this recent push to support Canadian and shun American retailers, next time I have some recording equipment needs, which comes up fairly often. Oh, there's the cop right there. I think I'll have to pay myself a trip to Henry's. I think they just said they have their body cameras recording. That should be mandatory. And they're going their separate ways with each person. Anywho, here's a look into Henry's. He's explaining something to the cop. Jazz Rental Homes. This was one of the earlier buildings in this recent construction boom to go up. Remember that one up maybe around 2005? A lot of pawnbrokers on the stretch, some of which have gone out of business. This sign could use some TLC. This place has been here for a very long time. Williams and Company Pawnbrokers and Jewelers. There's another one. There's an Irish pub just south of here. I'm gonna make my way over to Queen Station. That's all she wrote for Church Street on this one. We got to see 2 of the 3 main churches. I'll cover that stretch of church I didn't cover on this one in a future video. See the St. Mike's Hospital here.
Ready?
Second cup in there. The orthopedic clinic is just in there. Queen is closed to traffic and streetcars between here and York Street due to Ontario Line subway construction. This is Victoria Street. There's an entrance to Queen Station straight ahead. We're gonna go over to Yonge.
Mom, I still feel bad about my feet.
But they're actually easy. No, like not like.
I want to be at the north end of the platform anyways. So I'll walk up to this entrance just up ahead. Posing for pics, I guess. Young Street's always great from a recording at night point of view. It's got really good lighting. Here's where I'm going to dip down into the subway. So I hope you enjoyed this nighttime walk down Church Street through the village, starting at Bloor and Yonge, making my way over to Queen and Yonge. Most of it was going down Church Street. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you wish to support what I do. There's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink!